absolutely dreadful again. And I had just complimented Angel Reese for being efficient. I had just complimented Angel Reese for putting together a respectable performance. Of course, the Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter. All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare. It's like seeing a hole-in-one on a par 5.
Hey, just one woman on the court beating 5 women. 5 women on the court. That's exactly what happened in tonight's game when the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the freaking Atlanta Dream. Ryan Howard, guys, at the Atlanta Dream, she single-handedly destroyed the entire Chicago Sky single-handedly by herself. This was supposed to be a totally different video, guys. I honestly thought we had it in the bag. I thought Chicago Sky was going to defeat the Atlanta Dream in tonight's game. We were leading for a large part of this game.
What happens when Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky show up thinking it's just another Tuesday only? To get steamrolled by Ryan, Unstoppable Howard, like she's late for a flight, you're not ready for this highlight reel of destruction. Buckle up, because what started as a basketball game quickly turned into a full-blown demolition. We're breaking down how Ryan Howard didn't just show up, she evicted the Sky from their own court. Let's dive into the chaos.
In the second half, Atlanta was hitting their shots, and Chicago was not. Ariel Atkins, I don't know. She's supposed to be a good deep shooter. She was just okay tonight. I don't know what else they're going to do. But they got to find somebody to fill that void. And Ryan Howard got on the heater in the second half. And again, Chicago looked good in the first half. The second half, they just got trashed. They just got trashed. I literally saw one play. Angel Reese is going down the court on a breakaway.
At this point, watching the Chicago Sky try to compete is like watching someone bring a butter knife to a bazooka fight. This week, the Atlanta Dream weren't just better, they were the dream team. Meanwhile, Chicago looked like they were sleepwalking. Through the game, while Ryan Howard was busy rewriting the definition of an all-time performance, the Sky looked like they were submitting an application for group therapy.
Talking about that player's the best in the league. But here's the other part, you got to look at it, right? Because you also got Gray, you got Griner, you got Jones. So what happened? The Chicago Sky played some good defense. I mean, whenever the Chicago Sky play their best defense, they don't score. And so it's one of those things, you're a little outgunned. What happened? How did it all start? Where did it all finish? Obviously, Angel Reese just keeps showing up. And last night, Angel Reese went in there 29 minutes, 4-10, right? 4-7 from the free throw line, went ahead and battled, got in there, got 3 assists, got a steal, and finished up with 12 points. But you're going to look at that being a minus 14, just outgunned on.
And guess who was sitting in the front row with a glittery crown of delusion? That's right, Angel Reese, the self-appointed MVP, the self-proclaimed superstar, and the statistically verified contributor of almost nothing. Reese was supposed to be the game changer, the spark, the revolution. Instead, she's become the walking embodiment of an Instagram filter. Flashy at first glance, but underneath it all, just blur and noise.
The problem with Chicago Sky, okay, we have a myriad of problems, okay? On court, off court, front office, back office, GM, coach, coaching assistants, the staff, the players, offensive, defense. But right now, looking at this game, Ryan Howard destroyed us all on her own. Ryan Howard in that third and fourth quarter, mainly in that last fourth quarter, we were down bad by 20 points, guys, because Ryan Howard just continued to drop 3-pointers on us. Rachel Banham gave us some here and there. You know, she tried to do the best she could. Ariel Atkins gave us some here and there. Rebecca Allen, some here and there. Okay? But Ryan Howard acts as the leading 3-point scorer for the...
Boy, do you think about me now and then? Can you say Shy City? That's that old Kanye when he was regular. Yeah, it's going down in Chicago. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus? Jeff P. said he's had enough of missed layups. Oh my God, Jeff P. When you start acting like this? Oh my God, but I have to keep it real. Jeff P, I'm going to be honest with you before we even get to what you said in the article. The first place you should be looking before you look at Angel Reese to blame her, before you look at Tyler Moore, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. You are the general manager. You are the one responsible for orchestrating and putting the roster together. You put a bum trash roster together. Flat out.
The hype around her could power a small country, but Angel Reese's on-court delivery barely lights up a microwave. Every time she steps onto the floor, it feels like the other team is thanking her for the extra practice reps. She promised fireworks and gave us a flickering candle in a windstorm, touted as the face of the franchise. Her stat lines so far read more like a disappearing act. The Chicago Sky brought her in to elevate the team, and she did, just not in the direction they were hoping.
Angel had a couple bad games, but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people own bringing the heat on Tyler Marsh, but listen, I say this all the time, and he has a lot of culpability. Maybe his X's and O's aren't quite where they need to be a coach at this level, but in my opinion, watching the game for myself, Tyler Marsh can't do nothing.
Straight to 12th place, not first, not fifth, not even a respectable 8th, dead last, 12 out of 12. The basement suite of the WNBA standings. If the league had a sub-basement, the Sky would be on Zillow right now browsing listings. And let's not pretend this latest beatdown by Atlanta was just another learning experience. No, this was a public service announcement, delivered loud and clear by Ryan Howard and company. The Chicago Sky are not that team. Atlanta didn't. Just when they choreographed a ballet of domination, while the Sky fumbled through a game of hot potato. Ryan Howard had the ball on a string, and Chicago was out there counting ceiling tiles, just praying for the buzzer. But let's get back to Angel, because, somehow, she's still the focal point of this chaos. She entered the league with more press than a royal wedding. And for what? To average mid-tier numbers and top-tier excuses, she's doing more talking off the court than producing on it, and the results speak volumes. The Sky are crashing, and Reese is in the cockpit, pressing every wrong button. If Angel Reese is the future of this franchise, someone hit the reset button, because this timeline is broken. She was supposed to bring energy, passion, grit. So far, she's brought the same defensive presence as a coat rack. Her rebounding decent, her offense missing, her leadership still buffering.
Reese and her Chicago Sky brethren got absolutely obliterated by the Atlanta Dream last night. And Ryan Howard, holy moly. Yeah, I said holy moly, flashing back to the 1950s. By the way, I wasn't alive, okay? I'm just letting you know. She destroyed everybody. Everybody. And Angel Reese did Angel Reese things last night. Wow.
And let's just say this Sif Angel Reese is steering the ship. It's officially time to abandon it. She's spent more time trying to trademark her image than improve her game. And now we're watching the consequences unfold in HD every week. Meanwhile, fans are out here setting their expectations on fire. The same crowd that was chanting MVP is now chanting, "Why did we do this?" The illusion is cracking. The idea that Angel Reese was ready to take over the league has been exposed like a poorly written resume at a job interview. You can't bluff your way through professional sports. And Reese is out here bluffing with a pair of twos, while the rest of the league is playing a royal flush. Even the most optimistic fans, bless their hopeful hearts, are starting to wake. Up there, watching the games, squinting at the scoreboard, and slowly realizing this isn't just a slump. This isn't a give her time situation. This is a Houston, we have a problem situation. Reese was supposed to change the culture. Instead, she's changed the expectations from playoff dreams to just praying for mercy. And let's talk about those locker room vibes, shall we? Because when a team is dead last, there are only two options: rally together or start pointing fingers.
Thought it was overblown. I thought that it was just a fun thing to do on the internet and it couldn't be that bad. But the fact is, Angel Reese sucks. And by saying that she sucks, what I mean is that she's not good at doing basketball.
It's not looking like a trust fall exercise in that building because there's no trust to fall into the chemistry. Non-existent, and when your so-called superstar is too busy counting social media likes to study film, that energy spreads like a virus. Angel Reese isn't leading a charge. She's leading a slow march toward irrelevance. Her defenders love to shout about her college accolades, as if they come with lifetime immunity. But this isn't the NCAA anymore. This is the pros. The training wheels are off, the spotlight is hotter, and Angel's out here riding a unicycle through a minefield dash blindfolded, pedestrian. Her influence? Minimal. Her impact? Practically negative. She's logging cardio while the real ballers are running laps around her. Meanwhile, other rookies are making real statements, taking over games, carrying teams, flipping narratives. Angel, on the other hand, is too busy perfecting her scowl. Every game feels like a rerun of the same tired plot. Big talk, small performance, and a team in shambles. Rinse and repeat. If Angel Reese's career were a movie, the reviews would read, beautiful trailer, no substance.
I mean, whenever the Chicago Sky play their best defense, they don't score. And so it's one of those things you're a little outgunned. What happened? How did it all start? Where did it all finish? Obviously, Angel Reese just keeps showing up. And last night, Angel Reese went in there 29 minutes, 4-10, right? 4-7 from the free throw line, went ahead.
The irony, Angel Reese has marketed herself as a symbol of confidence, of boldness, of knowing your worth. And that's great, until your worth on the court becomes the punchline. You can't call yourself the blueprint and then deliver finger paintings. The league isn't moved by monologues. They want production. And Angel hasn't just fallen short. She's built a summer home there. Atlanta made that painfully clear. They didn't just outplay the Sky, they erased them. Every time Ryan Howard dropped a bucket, it was like she was underlining the growing gap between real impact and hype inflation. While Howard was dropping jaws, Reese was dropping possessions. One looks like a future league MVP. The other looks like she's still trying to find the GPS. It's a brutal reality, but one that needs to be said out loud. Angel Reese has had no real impact on this team. None. Nada. The only thing she's consistently contributed is disappointment. She was supposed to bring fireworks and instead brought Faisal. The Chicago Sky are sitting at the bottom of the barrel. And it's not because of bad luck or a voodoo curse. It's because their so-called star player seems allergic to consistency and commitment. But hey, maybe she's just waiting for the right moment to shine. You know, like after the team finishes 3-31 and everyone's already gone home. Maybe then we'll see the magic. Or maybe we're watching the great unraveling in real time, because Angel Reese's 15 minutes of fame. That clock started ticking the second she put on that jersey.
Angel Reese and Chicago Sky fall to Atlanta Dream. What went wrong? 88-70 was the score. And pretty much the whole game, it was back and forth. Actually, in the beginning, Howard made a career high 9 3-pointers, tying the WNBA single game record, and finished with a season high 36 points as the Atlanta Dream beat the Chicago Sky 88-70 on Friday night. In addition, Atlanta's Brittany Griner moved into second place on the WNBA career blocks list, passing Lisa Leslie. Howard broke the Dream's franchise record for 3-pointers in a game, top.
Now we're down to the final seconds, and nothing's changed. The media circus that once propped Angel Reese up has gone eerily silent. You can practically hear tumbleweeds rolling across her stat sheet, while other players are busy writing their legacies. Angel is out here ghostwriting her excuses. She wanted the spotlight tanned, now she's got it. Just not the kind that flatters. This light is fluorescent, unforgiving, and brutally honest. And the fans, they're not dumb. They see the effort. They see the output. And right now, they're wondering why their team keeps wasting oxygen pretending this experiment is still working. The Chicago Sky didn't just lose to Atlanta, they got exposed, not by whispers or critics, but by a scoreboard that screamed, "This team is not okay." Angel Reese isn't just underperforming, she's becoming the emblem of unfulfilled promise. The poster child for what happens when hype runs full speed into reality and bounces off the rim. If this is the superstar era she promised, someone please change the channel. Because while the league continues to evolve and real talent rises, Angel's still out here trying to convince everyone she belongs. At the table while the rest of the league quietly pulls her chair away.
Here, guys, that the general manager, Jeff Pagliocca, is it Pagliocca or Pagliosa? You guys know I'm bad with names. But pretty much, he's opened up the publications about his team's performance and shared his thoughts on how Angel Reese could contribute more to their team's goals, and admits he's disappointed with the start to the WNBA season. What did you expect, Jeff? You sold your future for the present. You really had in your head that Angel Reese is a #1 talent. She's a superstar. And you guys continue to inflate her head, inflate her mindset,
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go from the talk of the town to the afterthought of the season. Angel Reese, MVP in theory, Mia in practice. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky continue their freefall, the only thing lower than their win percentage is the patience of their fans. Even when Angel manages to score, it has all the grace and coordination of someone slipping on a banana peel and landing on the winning lottery numbers. You blink twice, wondering if the ball actually went in or if the scoreboard just glitched out of pity. There's a trajectory, sure, but it's not governed by any known laws of physics. And since we're talking about her legendary impact, let's give her a standing ovation. Angel Reese is now the first player in WNBA history to reach 100 rebounds. Not rebounds for spounds. You know those moments when she grabs her own miss knot out of hustle? But because she was the only one confused enough to chase it down, it's not about second chances. It's about cleaning up her own self-inflicted mess. It's a one-woman ping-pong tournament out there.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to talk about the things called Angel Reese and the WNBA. This is actually starting to make the rounds. I just can't get over it. Angel Reese is the first player in the WNBA this season to reach 100 rebounds. Farkacast, who, I thought I was following, 50 me-bounds. 98 were her own misses. God. Oh, I love this one. An oldie but goodie. Exactly. They hate you online, but love you in person. She rebounded her own tweet.
Reese-bound. The patented move where you launch the ball like you just don't care, then sprint after it like you definitely do. It's chaos in motion. Basketball's version of a boomerang. The crowd watches in real time as she puts up a shot that's nowhere close to dropping, only to instantly morph into her own rebound chaser, like it was all part of the plan. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. And the funniest part? The commentators keep hyping it like she's rewriting the rebounding textbook, when in reality, she's just cleaning up her own mess. It's like giving someone a medal for sweeping the glass they shattered themselves most of the time. There's not even anyone else in the paint. Opponents are already jogging back on offense because they've seen this trailer before. Brick, scramble, reset. At this point, Angel Reese could be sponsored by Gorilla Glue. The ball just keeps sticking to her hands after every clanked shot she launches from the land of misfires. And sure, if effort were the only stat that mattered, she'd be Hall of Fame bound tomorrow. But this isn't a charity league. The goal isn't to see how many rebounds you can collect off your own missed layups. It's to actually make shots, plural, on purpose.
Go Sky, I don't know what the y'all got going on, but that coach y'all got, y'all need to fire his ass. If I knew his name, I'd flame his ass right now. But hey, he is not a good coach. Teresa Witherspoon, I think her name was, right? She a good coach. She is way better than the coach we got right now in Chicago. Angel Reese, It's gonna be okay, girl. We gonna say you just leave or something. Like, damn, she is too good to be wasting her goddamn time out there, and y'all stud her goddamn grown. She already can't jump like that, but she play hella defense and she got heart, and y'all ripping her heart to goddamn tread. Chicago Sky, get this together.
And let's be real, these aren't high-Q basketball plays. This isn't Dennis Rodman calculating bounce angles. This is pure, frantic scrambling. Half the time, it looks like Angel Reese is playing a 5-on-1 drill she invented against. Herself, the other players are just standing around, while Reese performs an interpretive dance titled Miss It, Chase It, Miss It Again, Scream into the Void. But hey, at least she's active. That's more than can be said for the rest of Chicago's strategy, which lately seems to revolve around hoping someone accidentally stumbles into a good decision. Reese just happens to be the most animated part of the chaos. She's out there crashing her own party every possession. Like a toddler hyped up on fruit snacks and dreams, there's effort, no doubt. But it's wildly misdirected, like a GPS, with a personal vendetta. Even the scoreboard operators are exhausted. They don't know whether to count it as 1 possession or 6. By the time Reese is grabbing her 3rd rebound on the same trip, the opposing defense is already at the concession stand ordering nachos. And the fans. They've got whiplash trying to track her movements. This isn't basketball, it's performance art with a scoreboard.
Expect to see is the now development in year 2 for Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese, and what that's going to look like to become one of the best front court tandems in the WNBA. With now a year of chemistry underneath their belts together, I feel like for them to really take things to another level, they're going to have to be the most physical and productive front courts to ultimately help this team push forward for that playoff race. And I want to see like more high-low action between them. And just overall, Angel Reese, what she has done this off season has been incredible to see how she has grown with unrivaled.
And just when you think she might break the cycle and make the bucket on the first try, she reminds you, nope, that would be too easy. There's a rhythm to this madness, miss. Crash, rebound, kick out, re-enter the paint, repeat. It's a loop that feels like deja vu every single quarter. If the WNBA handed out points for persistence, she'd be MVP by halftime. But unfortunately, trophies aren't awarded for almosts, and hustle doesn't cancel out accuracy forever. Eventually, you've got to put the ball through the hoop without needing 3 rebounds in a prayer. Eventually, all the spinning and crashing has to lead to something. And so far it hasn't. The rebounds might make for funny highlight reels and padded box scores, but they're not helping the Sky rise above 12th place. They're not lifting the team. They're not striking fear into opponents. They're just the latest symptom of a system built on flash, not substance. Yes, Angel Reese is grabbing headlines, but she's also grabbing her own bricks, over and over and over.